Test. All right, let's start. Go. I want to say Skywalker V1 mods. Oh, I gotta record this too. Recording. Right. Okay. Oh, make sure that chat's open. Chat's open. All right. Howdy. I'm back. It's a Tuesday. Got off. Well, I got a patient to see in about an hour, but 2 hours. But I was gonna put this V1 back together. It's not your typical V1. There's a lot of modifications going on in this thing. I mean, let's just take a peek at it real quick. So far we got the brushless fan, and it has like a little bit of a heat sink. There should be a fan on it, but I took it out for now because I don't know how much watts I'm gonna be able to pull off of this without having to replace it. I do have a power supply that I intend on replacing it with, the same one that Kaleido uses in theirs. Nice little $20 power supply that fits in this area. I'll be putting that on later. Then we have the PWM brushless motor. Then we have, so this is a V1, so it only has bean temp. So I got it hooked up to this, which is a thermal couple connected to the ESP32. And what that does, it's gonna monitor my exhaust temperature, because it just kind of tells you how much heat is wicking away out of this system. So instead of using an environmental temperature probe, will it be useful? I'm not sure, but this is the whole point of this thing, is just to figure out if it's useful and kind of modifications you'll need to do to have it in. Otherwise, you can also just drill a hole in the back and put a probe in there, and that should act as your environmental temperature probe. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. There's an extra fan. This is the same size and fan that's used in the filter. This, where is it? Let me show you this. Absolute one marvel. Come on. It's the filter exhaust fan that I never used and I don't see the point of. But yeah, it's the same fan that comes out of here. But yeah. So we'll put this back together. We'll see what it looks like, and you can kind of see what the V1 looks like with everything taken off. Oh, and also, I can't find the original fans for it, so I'm putting these two 24 blowers for the bean cooling and see how well that does. I think I tested it once and I got decent results. It wasn't anything amazing, nothing to write home about, but I'm willing to give it a shot again. But anyways, so this is what the outside of the V1 looks like. Let's take this off. So here. Right here. That's probably the most important part, is keeping in mind of these wires, because this is pretty much what connects to the heating element together, and this is, I believe, the temperature probe. They put this little silly sheath on so it could prevent burning. Who knows if it works, but we're gonna put this back together and we'll see how it all works out. So grab this. And there again, whole unit itself. I think I'll put this right in here. outer casing on first. This right now is without the outside casing. It usually comes in one unit like this. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, Jesus, right, so we'll put this back on. Should go on like that. I'll put it on its side. Probably should put this over here. Tip this on its side. Oh, there's still beans in there. Deal with that later. Whatever. Okay. Blowing all the beans out. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I'm gonna set this back a little bit more. Pull this thing off. Fuck. Do. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Pull this off. Fuck. There it goes. Really? I gotta charge this thing. So we're gonna put this front panel or this side panel cases on, or side panels on. Right. Fine, keep it there. Anyways. part out. There's like a few beans left in there. There. Nope. That one is cleared. Push that in here. Here. Oh, yeah. Please work. All right. So, yeah. So it goes panel. It goes in the back. I thought it went in the front, but actually went in back of this. It's been a while since I put this back on. Goes in there. Flip this over. You'll put those ones at the corner. And they're all like the same M4s that are at the back, or the side, to the back of the roaster. These little screws. Goes there. You got these little smaller M4s that go to the side of the panel. Right here. Good, and then you have another 3 on the other side. Goes here. Two and 3. I'm going to put this metal piece back on. Don't forget this piece slides right back on here. There. You got 6 of these socket heads and 4. And 4 socket head. This one's another one right here. Another 2 in front. Here. All right, now we got the front panel on. Let's put the bottom on. I mean the bottom, I mean this one. There we go. This part is the bottom. That kind of goes on just like here. Good. Yeah. What I probably need to do is slide in that drawer. Let me go grab it. Really bad when I just have these lying around everywhere. I'll make sure to put this in first. I got out. Gotta put this in next. There's no slide in there. It's just really just by friction. There's really nothing holding it in like a drawer slide or anything. Although it might be a fun project to put in, like a mini drawer slide. Something with linear rails would be hilarious. It goes here. Put this back in here. Good. I don't think they're supposed to go here, but I'm going to put them here anyways. Get those out later. I'll put another one on just to be good. Put this side on. There we go. And almost there. Now we gotta do the hard part, is doing something I haven't put in yet. This. Oops, I got stuck on something. All right. So that's here. Should go on something like that. I'm gonna tuck these wires in all nice like. This is not a fire hazard. All right. I'm just trying to figure out how to find an outing for this wire. I'm gonna do this is my blower replacement. I'm just gonna put these right here. Should work. Well, I guess I could just push it through here. There's like a little hole here, and I'm gonna just mark it and drill. So mark and drill, drill and mark. I could cut it out too. Let's try cutting it out. Ugh. bottom part. Brown is where's blue? Where's it? There we go. This is the max amplifier. That's going to be our exhaust probe. Or our exhaust probe, I mean. Next time I'll use a real connector. This is going to be temporary. I'm going to put some tape on this just to hold it in place. And then I'll probably drill the holes later. Nothing like VHB tape to save the day. Whatever. Stay and read. Okay, so put these blowers on. These are gonna just stay here. I can't find those bean pans right now and I don't want to replace them, so we're gonna try this out for today. This is just two 24 blowers in line, and then they're gonna cool off the beans this way. Does it work well? I'm not sure, but we're gonna try. Yeah, it does a pretty good job. Cool. All right. We're gonna put the board back in place with just enough time to run a batch. Man. Okay, this is in the way. I got a wire in the way. I gotta move around some stuff. Luckily, this is easy just to pull out. So, there we go. Ugh. I picked up a prison roaster. I put 400 grams through it and not completely satisfied with it. Are you using just the regular controller or are you using Artisan? Some of the profiles on the controller aren't that great, and they don't apply to all the beans. Some are fantastic sometimes, and some are just complete shit. Depending on the profile. As with everything, every bean has its own little special profile. Try manual. Just go to rostetta.com and then try to see what they do in terms of how they manage their heat. It's a good website to like figure out what people are doing. Just need one of those screws. There it is. Actually, I should test this out first. gonna go to Artisan real quick and we're gonna check this out. Here's Artisan scope. Pull it up. I'm using the BLE bridge, so it'll be a little bit different for everybody. It's 26. Okay. Off. I gotta make sure I got my I hooked up my thermocouple incorrectly. Don't lose that. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, so ground is brown, red. SC is yellow. SCK is yellow. SCK yellow connects to 6. Goes to 6. And then SC is 5, which is orange. Five is orange, and then SO is blue. Ah. There we go. Go. That's connected. That's connected. I'm gonna out this way. God, what is this? Oh, yeah, I mean, let me hook it up. So we got drum motors on. This is a variable speed drum motor. So this is just to control the speed. You can also control it with the ESP32 because it's just PWM. But right now I don't have anything set for it, so I plan to do more with it when I get the hull on it to work a little better, so I could do auto RPM adjustments, or at least keep it at a certain speed that I want. But for now, it's just manually controlled until I find a workaround for it. All right, so we have the regular bean temperature probe. Let me turn this down. We have the regular bean temperature probe. What did I do? On. Okay. All right, so connected to here is your thermocouple. So you see these, show you. Right here, this is connected to a max amplifier that's on the inside of this. I'm still working on the other stuff over here, but yeah, let's see how well the environmental temperature probe works. We'll kind of heat it up a little bit. Empty this out. And they might be swapped, so I might have to swap BT and ET, but I'm pretty sure they're at the right spots. I'll turn the gym on. There's some beans in there I gotta pull out. Oops. My finger right on that one. There it goes. All right. So that's all working. Oh yeah. We'll see what this sounds like. Black and black. A drum scraping. I think I had a probably the front panel scraping it. Should be good. Bean temperature's on. Okay. 250, 100. All right. I'll see how this is any better. Okay. All right. I'll turn it off. So environment or exhaust probe. This says ET, but it's exhaust probe. And then this is the bean temperature probe. So I got a probe right in the center of the exhaust tube. stuck. Turns that on. Those blowers work, I guess. Scraping somewhere. Let's find out. I can't remember if I put the drum in on all the way. Oh wow, it was just too tight. Okay. I guess you can tighten this too tight. Let the drum motor run a little bit longer. I'm really just testing out if like this JGY 2838 motor is gonna last a long time, or should we just look into another motor or use a stepper motor, or just cut a big ass hole and put a planetary drive in the back. Because on paper they should be able to handle the torque, but are they able to handle the heat? I started with a popcorn popper, and my favorite came about 30 seconds after second crack. After second crack. Wow. Popper, and I would be able to get this flavor out of the precision. Yeah, I don't think I ever have gone to really go to. I don't usually normally go to second crack, like ever. I just don't like the flavors that comes out at second crack. That's just a preference thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who enjoy second crack. I kind of like mine more at a medium. Light medium. Right. We'll do jazz. All right. So let's put this wonderful contraption back together. Right now it's running. It has running artisan. Although it can run simultaneously. You can run high beam now too as well if you really wanted to nerd out and get your roast on high beam and on artisan at the same time. You can technically roast both using the same with all the new firmware that we have out. That was like a recent addition. Also, for all those who don't want to like stray away and want to upgrade to this brushless motor, you could still use the control panel as you normally would. So it's kind of the nice part of setting up the PWM controller board versus doing it all through ESP32. But you couldn't use things like measuring exhaust temperature or environmental temperature on a V1. I'm gonna do a roast on this. See how it goes. Oh, I probably should hook up all this, the blower stuff. I'm also planning to upgrade the power supply to something a little bit more heftier. This is like a 25-watt power supply that probably runs more around 20 watts. But marketed as 25. Maybe 25 on a good day. So right now everything's connected through ESP32. So what that means is I have this ESP32 that's blinking at this side. Let me see if I can. Better view. So this ESP32 it's kind of blinking right now. This one right here, it's not connected to the computer. It's connected to the roaster because that's how it's being powered. Put that back in, and it's wirelessly connected to another ESP32, and it's acting like a virtual serial, kind of like what you would find the Kaleido doing with the classic Bluetooth. But this one now is with BLE, which is another form. It's all Bluetooth low energy, not the old classic Bluetooth. Let's take a step back. Put this stuff away. So this is a V1 that has an exhaust temp probe. It's not supposed to have one, but we put one on because you can with this one. You do a lot with the V1. Well, let's hook this up together. Oh, okay. Sounds a little bit more hefty. Hefty. That's why I didn't hook up those two fans on, because that power supply probably will die. It won't last too long, I think. Because I have like 2 other fans in the back that are going off at the same time. All right, so we're gonna maiden this. Let's get all this stuff on. Let's turn on. Not that. Turn this on. First, I want to see if I make sure that the probes are in the right area. Yeah, BC's on point. Okay. I was just blowing air onto the bean temperature probe just to verify that it's actually measuring bean temperature. Measuring what it's supposed to be measuring. All right, let me get a little better video of something. I don't know if you'll be able to see here. I'll go to the other camera. All right, so we'll put some beans in, and I'll kind of show you kind of the speed that I usually go for. So I'm gonna try this Nicaragua Buenos Aires. Looks like it's good dark. So it says moderate sweetness and punchy cocoa tones, accented by hints of chocolate-covered pumpkin seeds. I'm sure. So, what speed do you want your drum at to be? Enough that it doesn't go over the lamp to at the right corner. Just don't want it to be hitting that lamp at the right corner. Let me see if I get a light on there. Yeah. That light right there. So you see that lamp at the right, and that little bit of like a little roof, I guess you could say. The beans like to get stuck on there and surf on it, so I'll show you what that looks like. We'll put some beans in. This is 400 grams, but 450 grams usually. You see how the beans kind of just go over the top? Well, the surface of that is pretty tacky, so at the same time, some beans will actually literally just stay flat side on there and will cause it to burn on one side. So that's why it's kind of key to get it at a lower RPM. Because if you drop the RPM just a little bit, then it doesn't become such an issue, right? Whereas if you go fast, it'll go over that lamp. And those beans just get stuck there. You might even catch a bean that'll actually stay balanced on there. That's why we like to go around 50 RPM. Some people like it where it kind of touches it, gives it a little bit more agitation. So as long as it doesn't get stuck on the top. So I'd probably go a little bit lower than that. Right around there. Just enough not to touch the top too far. Not to throw them above it. Not to throw beans above the lamp. And I'll probably just keep it there. I might adjust it over time in the back as well because the motor, as it overheats, it'll slow down a bit. Oh, did you retract your message? That was a good one. Wait, I can't remember what you said. Anyways, I'm gonna empty this out. And then we're gonna do a roast. Oh, you roasted today too? How was it? Oh my god, this bean, I think I need to like lift this forward so this bean comes out. Oh yeah. I'm the guy who kind of runs it. Yeah. Yeah, DM me. I have a lot of these adapter plates too. And I have the motor too. I just don't like selling it because I don't know if they're gonna overheat and be crap. So, but I can tell you where to get the PWM. Well, you can get any PWM driver. You just have to motor controller, and it should work just fine. Honestly, after looking over the design and how this thing runs, I think the original motor could probably work a little bit longer. It's just it's not being cooled. And if you do a lot of back-to-back roasts or just do roasts in general, that motor eventually gonna die. No way around it. Oh, I'm gonna chance it with this funnel again. Actually, I gotta warm this up. What am I talking about? We'll warm this up. We'll do a roast. We'll see what cool information this gives us. All right, you gotta connect it to Artisan. It's fun when you get connected to Artisan. For me, it is. Okay, that's going off. On the drum roll. Yeah, it's turning. Oh, we'll wait for this to warm up a little bit. I'm gonna start it. So right now I have the a fan blowing directly onto the motor of the body. Oh yes! No, I gave you that special roasting. I gave you a special name on the Discord. The new guy from Germany. Yeah, I gave you that super long tank name. I get mine from Sweet Maria. There's a place in Oakland, California, where I'm close to. I have them ship me beans, and that's my go-to place. I only go to Sweet Maria's because they're so close, local company, and I haven't had any issues with them. Oh, and there's also one guy that he somehow has like some hectares of farmland in Colombia, and he sells just geisha and pink bourbon in the Sacramento area. So I got 10 pounds from him. So, you know, I try to support local folks if I can. That's what I'm roasting today. There will be a geisha. We're gonna hopefully see what this exhaust probe does. If we could glean any good information on it, or will it just be a waste of time? So what I'm hoping is you'll kind of see what the temperature changes occurs when first crack happens, because you could notice it when you're doing a roast. Like if you were to have first crack and you leave everything alone. Let's go look on roast data while this warms up. I'm gonna look at this quick. Okay, so here we're gonna I buy samplers. Well, the geisha costed me, I think he charged me $11 a pound, which is okay price. And then for Sweet Maria, I get 4 pounds for $25, something like that. Well, I think at least 4 sampler packs for 25. Or no, it's 30 now, 30 a month. So okay, what we have here is, it says Skywalker 2, but this is actually from my Kaleido M2. Oh, I just realized the charge should be 200. No, that's right. It's 163. That's what I thought it was at. But anyways, if we look at the graph, you could tell that this line, the dotted line, that's the rate of rise. That kind of tells you, that's kind of like your speedometer of how fast your roast is going, you could say. People like this think of it as like yeah, how fast you're going. So, anyways, if left alone, if you leave, say you left your Kaleido at 85% power and then 85% picking, and 85% like air, then you leave it alone throughout the whole roast, you'll notice that it's natural for a declining RR to occur, right? So you'll see that it comes here, the beans are losing that energy because heat's being transferred into the beans, yada yada yada. So over time it naturally declines. If we look at a Skywalker roaster, it is completely different. If you leave those, not because they're not the same settings, they'll never be the same settings. But in terms of like, if you just leave the heat As you can tell, I left the heat and air the same. Oh. Rubbing against something. Oh, is it this thing rubbing? It is. Oh, that's what it was. Sorry. So if you look at it, if you look at the ROR on this, it plateaus. And I left the air and I left the heat alone. They're not matching the same kind of power, I guess you would say, in a Kaleido. But if you just leave it alone and you kind of let's see what the beans naturally do over time, it likes to stay at a plateau because it's just the way radiant heat works. The heat's being absorbed. Things like um, the power from the lamp, the radiant heat being absorbed into the beans, emissivity, or I think that's how you say it. Really, it's just the color of the beans changes over time that affects how much more energy it could absorb. So it's a lot different when it comes to convection. So when people are saying you need to have a declining ROR when it comes to the Skywalker, it's not necessarily true. Can you get a good roast with a declining ROR? Of course you can. I've had so many good roasts with a declining ROR, but it's just to say that it's not necessarily the end all be all that it has to be declining. I've had perfectly fine roasts now with plateaus. I get like these really good mediums that are really smooth, but they don't have that bitter taste that I always get from this bean, which was driving me kind of crazy. Because even when it was a light roast, I still get like a little acidity, but then there's just like I guess it's astringent. I don't know. It's not. It's like a bittersweet. Now, oh God, don't tell Kevin I said that. But but it's like a bitter. It's like literally like a smooth. It's a little bittersweet, but it's like that cocoa bitter, not that bitter melon bitter. If you ever had bitter melon, you might know what that is. But um, so in terms of profiling, the end all be all is not has to be declining ROR. It can be, and if you like it and then you stick with it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just to let you know that maybe a plateau ROR is just as fine as well. Where, because like if you have increase on like airflow, usually within the convection heater, that increases the bean temperature, right? But if you have increase of airflow in this roaster, that's taking it's taking heat away from the bean. Now you're drawing heat away, which is why there's an emphasis on a higher fan percentage. Some people like to start off low and high. Some people will remain low and stay low. If you're getting good results, it's it's really just whatever the taste comes out. But usually, good airflow helps prevent like the beans from being burnt or over scorched or anything like that. That's why people are having the 50% or higher fan speeds when they're roasting. Some people up to 100%. Really just letting it get heat, but not getting hot, but not too hot, but getting that the heat away. Although the largest, should check my. Oh Lord, we're gonna turn this off. I was blabbering too much. Oh, this is a good indication that that piece of shit thermostat thing in the that's supposed to be a safety feature doesn't really work. I shouldn't be hitting 260 degrees Celsius. Kinda high. We're gonna have to purge the system out a bit. I'm just trying to push all the hot air out. But the system is not completely convection system or a completely radiant heat system. There's convection that happens. Heat does build up at the sides, and convection does occur. I mean, there's hot air, as you can tell. But what gets to the beans first is the radiant heat, because that's direct absorption, and that's what causes the beans to heat up. There we go. I roast. I try to roast pretty fast. I guess. I don't know. It's I guess it's oh, what you put it at. I'm gonna try to go fast this time, but I'm not gonna have. I put my burner at 85 last time, so I'm gonna keep it 75. But I'm a plateau it. So what that means is I'm just gonna keep it a lot of it the same and just try using my air to kind of manage temperatures. Because I think I had like 209 when I did a end of temperature drop, and I kind of want to lower maybe like to 205 200. Oh, yeah, the I don't recommend the PIDs aren't working. Um, a PID system like this won't really work that well. And yet again, it's a whole convection thing. Radiant heat is a little bit different. You have to set up the PIDs to where it's controlling the lamp and you're controlling air either going in or going out. Most likely going in to kind of cool the beans. Oh, probably in and out. So you're trying to control like maybe two fans or one fan to pull the air, the hot just to pull like heat away from the beans. So that's why the PID is they're not that great for this, like a conventional PID. You need something you need these newfangled PIDs that are more how do I say it? They're smarter, I guess. There's only one person who has a PID working. His name is like Tomokai or something like that. He's trying to I think he's trying to market it to where he's gonna sell it to everyone. Um Kind of a dick move, I guess, but that's it's his work. That's what he's been programming, so fine. Not jealous. But he does have like a working PID system. And it looks like it's working really well. But yeah, he has a whole special setup with it's like completely controlled by Arduino Nanos, I think. Not the ESP32 ones, but like the old school Nanos. And it adjusts the lamp and it does like some dynamic PID stuff. A lot of ways to approach PID, but really hard to say what works the best. Here. That's still going. All right, so I'm gonna drop this air to 50. We are at 181 exhaust temperature. So right now we're looking at this as exhaust. Um, yeah. The code I use is made by who? AI? I think that's the main one that Jay Moore set up too. I mean, they all work by TC4. There's another guy who made it via Modbus. Um, I like TC4 because he's free. There's no weird licensing thing. 3D. But yeah, half the stuff, the initial firmware for God, initial firmware for High Beam was by me, and that was all done by AI. I mean, no one else was going to do it, so. But now we have like legitimate people that are really good at coding working on it now, so it's kind of nice. Like we have a Cabal dev team, and they kind of just release whatever they have, and I just post it up, and I just say thank you. Because I would not know how to do all that stuff. Like, you know, a person who actually does coding could code that up in like easily a day. No problem. For me, that took like 3 nights. I only have like Visual Basic coding experience, so I don't have any coding experience, as my friends would say. But you bought the tank, right? Are you still using the tank? I think I named you like some weird tank commander name or something. Oh God, I'm not. Yeah, you didn't miss much, other than this is a completely modded out V1 to the gills. I had a patient cancel on me, so I came home and decided I wanted to fix this, set this up, and then start roasting. I'll use it for. You know what? I'll turn the lamp off. We'll just make it a really hot charge. Everything else is off. Oh, I forgot to turn on my airwave. God damn it. All right, whatever. we're just gonna go for it. Okay, I have the burner off, so I'm just gonna let it heat the beans up that way. And once it gets underneath 100, I'm gonna jam it up. We're going hot today. Well, once it hits turning point, I'm gonna turn it back up to 70. What espresso machine do I use? Oh, I have a decent espresso machine, and I also have a Argos lever. I don't ever use them. I should. I don't. All right. No, it's not going too low. I'm gonna bump this up to 80. Oh, and then grinder, I have a niche 0. Oh, I should have put it at 85 because this is a big batch. This is a 450 gram batch. I'm used to 350. Ooh, we throwing money out there, huh? You got ordered a Eureka Mignon XL. Cool. I use a lot of my I have all these like other grinders, but I kind of just like using my what's that thing called? The Ode Fellow. Yeah, I forgot this is 450 grams, so this is gonna be a slow roast. I'm gonna keep it at 80. I need to see ROR come in. Oh, did I set up ROR? It should be coming in. Oh, what the hell is that? Did I not put the option to graph my ROR? It's gonna be super annoying. Still green. Yeah, 151. Damn, 7-minute dry time? He's gonna kill me. I should have kept my lamp on. Oh shit. Thank you. We'll see you next time. This is running pretty fast. I need to even out the dry, the drying and development phase. Actually, I'm not using the beans I wanted to, so it's like we're good for now. Should be hearing first cracks soon. There's a lot of momentum building up on this thing. It's running pretty hot too. What is my ROR? Oh, there it is. First crack. Oh, I didn't map it. We'll do a minute 30. I'm gonna do a minute on these. Minute 30. Let's see if I can keep it under 204, 205. Oh, damn, I really should put my airwave on. Okay, drop it. Oh, okay. For the mods on this, it's I got the new case in. I gotta see if it melted too. So I got I call it sarcophagus to go off our coffin theme. But yeah, it has a fan on it. It has your regular fan, but also has the filter fan in there, blowing onto the drum motor. The drum motor is the brushless worm drive motor that's in the V2. And biggest update is that there's a heatsink on there, and there's also a heatsink, and there's also just a big old fan on it. A big old fan, the big old 60mm fan blowing across the body, so the whole thing stays cool. Because what I was running into is when it wasn't oh man, that one burnt. I didn't check my RPM, but where was I? Yeah, when I was doing back-to-back roasts without a fan on it, nothing cooling it, it actually would die because it would overheat. So of course I had to cool that part off. So now the whole body is, I'm gonna put like more heat sinks on there, like the ones you stick on, that you get on like AliExpress. I'm gonna add those on just to either further increase cooling. And then I have I put a thermocouple K-type onto the where the hell was this at? What the fuck, guys? Why was my sorry? I didn't get to see my ROR the whole time, and I see it at the end. But yeah, I have at the mid pipe of the exhaust, I have a thermocouple in the middle, so it's reading exhaust temperature. I'm looking it up. It's the green line. It's not really helpful. First crack looks kind of like the same as yeah, first crack looks pretty much just like the bean temperature. So maybe it's not that great of an idea to measure exhaust temperature. Because I assume when you're measuring exhaust temperature, you're measuring the entire system of your roast, right? You're measuring the heat coming out, um, what you can glean off of that. I'm not sure. Actually, I should turn this burner off. Or is that there? Oh, what the hell happened here? This BT fell off a lot. It's adjust. Kind of plummeted. I don't know. I was hoping to get a little bit more information out of the exhaust temperature probe, but it doesn't really tell me much. But the ROR told me something happened after first crack. Oh, duh, because I changed the temperature. I changed the heat. Instead of it gradually going up, I changed it and it dropped by a lot. Must have dropped it by 30 points. Oh, and then mods. I got these blowers that I attached on, so I'm trying to test out if those are working. They're not doing that great of a job. I feel like it's doing just as good as the yeah, they're still hot to touch, and it's been like a few minutes. So I think it actually does a worse job than the original one. I have another one I want to try out. If I could find it. But so far, it's not doing that great of a job cooling the beans. It's like these two blowers. They're kind of big, but oh, where did I put it? I think it's in a box over here. I'm gonna try attaching that on. I'm gonna do some more testing of the exhaust probe temperature and see if I could get any good info off of it. Oh, there it is. Fuck it. All right. All right. So, I'm gonna try this other mod. Oh, all right. Well, cooled now. I guess you just had to close it. One more roast, and then I have to leave. Oh, and I'm going to turn on Airwave. Get my Airwave running. Okay, got my Airwave running. I'm gonna get the pipe up. Because now it's a smoky mess in here. So now I am going to test this bad boy out. No, it's the motor I have is the JGY, the brushless motor. The one that we all kind of we found through what's it called? I forgot. The one we got off of off the V2. Turn this off. All right, let's save this row. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm just gonna leave it in there. Should just pull it off. Try to pull. We'll pull this fan off. So here was that setup I was using. Not great. I felt like it was just as good as the stuff we were using. Now we're gonna try this one. Try Big Betty. Whoa, back blooded, blame a lamb. Okay, I need longer ones. We will use these ones. Oops. I forgot who made this mod. It's definitely one of my more hilarious ones I like to use. This one's a little too long. It's way too long. Oh, I have these ones here. Fuck. There we go. Oh, all right. We'll just do one of these. I gotta replace this connector anyways, so. Black goes to black. And red goes to red. That's pretty ridiculous. I love it. It's very loud. This is better. That junk in the trunk. Okay, so I think this will cool the beans sufficiently. I hope so. Grab a. Where did I put those things? Dang it. Let me grab another tray. Oh, there's a tray. Let me grab a tray. All right. So added another mod real quick. Empty this out. And let me get 350 grams of a certain bean. All right, so I'm gonna roast this. I'm gonna roast some geisha, but let's just turn this fan on and make sure it works. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's kind of loud. We'll turn it off. All right, let's roast this geisha. I got 350 grams of it. Has 54% moisture. Back to 82 degrees. So let's warm this back up. But yeah, Orion, if you want the motor mount, let me know. Just DM me. We could I could send you one. All right. Yeah, let's see what delta B. Oh, okay. I'll look at it a little bit later. I'll do one more roast, then I'll have to head out, and then these will come out pretty good. So I'm gonna shoot because last time I did this, I plateaued it. I kept it at I went to a medium roast. It was good. It was really good. Like it was really surprisingly smooth. But still complex. And I got like these really good like cocoa notes. But it wasn't like burnt like I'm so used to when I go to like medium dark. I was kind of like excited about the prospect that maybe we don't have to do declining ROR. Or maybe sometimes. Or I don't know. I think it does help to roast. Everyone kind of roast in like a similar manner to be able to share some things. But definitely cool that to see differences occur with different RORs. Hey. All right, so I have the airwave on this time. We'll wait. We'll wait till it gets to 200, then we'll start prepping. Technically, it's already warmed up. I don't want to miss it by talking again. Oh, got the drum on. Hit start. Charge. Oh, I'll pick the burner down to about 8. Okay. This is looking a little bit better. So yeah, I'm gonna stick it with the plateau. No declining ROR. Hopefully this tastes smooth and a little bit less, I guess a little less more bitter on the bittersweet, a little bit sweeter. I'm missing a setting to turn on the ROR. It's not coming up. There's a way. Not a kind of weird. No. There's a way now because of um we uploaded like a PID system within the last firmware. Well, I didn't. Hoodie did. And I watched. But yeah, he added a PID little system so you could control it on the control panel in Artisan. Or I think you could unclick hardware and then it should just be software PID, and I think that should work too. Alright, where the hell is my ROR? Should... It's a little bit longer before it hits the yellowing. A little green still, just a little bit green. I'll give it 2 more degrees. I swear it's always at 160. There it is. Wow, okay. Try and click. I'm going to increase the airflow just a bit. drop the heat just a pinch. First crack should be coming pretty soon. 186. I heard it. There it is. Where are we at? We are at 36 seconds. Crack's still going. Only be a minute 30. Woo! I can feel the fan blowing in my face. Yeah, this is a nice fan. Just like constant hot heat, just stream of it. There it is. We dropped it at what? 8 minutes 38 seconds. All right, beans are cool to touch at 9 minutes and 56 seconds. No way. 8:38. That's like sub 3 minutes, sub 2 minutes. Oh yeah. Even the cooling tray is cold. Oh, I should have turned off the heat. I gotta put my settings so that it turns off the burner. Again, so it just plummets every time there's first crack, I think. Let's turn this off. Let's check up a graph. First crack is here. Sharp decline. That's probably when we dropped. I could turn this off. Yeah, these beans are cold now. They're very cold. So 8:38, and I think it's done by like the 10-minute mark. So it's about pretty fast. And this is the this is a server fan, I think. I think that's what they call them. This is the fan in the back, the whole setup. Yeah, it cools it in like super quick. This is I like this mod a lot. I really hope it doesn't destroy the the board. Actually, let me see how many amps does it draw. I could probably do math. See how much, because I gotta stay within 20 watts, 25 watts. If I turn this on, this won't work. This pulls 20 watts. And I'm limiting it. I'm not even like, I limited it by the amp, so it could go a lot further. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was limiting it by amps. Yeah, this would need a totally different power supply. In theory, it wouldn't. But the power supply itself is only I haven't confirmed it, but it's only 25 watts, I believe, that it can produce altogether. And I'm fairly certain it's literally probably just 20 because they give you some bullshit count. It's a really crappy. Yeah, it's really low. Like let's look up the model number. Here it is. I'm just doing this by model number. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but the model is oh, this is HYS 30. So this actually might be 30 watts. Depending on which model you get, you'll either get 25 or 30. Let's see if this one's the 5. Okay, so 30. So they give you about 30 watts. Because it's HYS 30 24AZ. 24 usually indicates as 24 volts. And then usually when they add like a 30 before, that's market, that kind of indicates the wattage. So yeah, if I use this fan at full send, yeah, it's about 30 watts. But it does cool. Like I wouldn't mind like adding a separate adapter, right? I would just, not a big deal that I can't have I can't have Artisan control it. I can just flick the switch and then I'll turn it on, and that's pretty dope. This fan is ridiculous, and that cooled the whole thing down in like Yeah, it went for. I started at what 8:38, and then it cooled off by 10-minute mark. Less than 2, close to 2, less than 2. So if you're really big on cooling your beans within like 5 minutes, this is one route to go. The fan only costed like $20, and it makes the Skywalker sound ridiculous. Look at this. Can you imagine just. So max is at 1.23 amps, so about 30 watts altogether. I guess for it to work, you would have to. Well, because you're drawing, there's still two big fans. There's one fan in the back, and then there's one fan on the CPU. So you still need those fans running, and those will take probably a minuscule amount of amps, but it would. I don't know. It might pull too much. But yeah, okay. There. I finally have sub 5-minute cooling. It only costed me $20 and a 3D printed ABS part. I think in total the mods cost about. Fan was 20. You buy an ESP32, it's like $8. The motor is about 20 or 25. The motor's about 25. The mount is like, I'll say $5. Oh, and then the max amplifier is like $5, and then the thermocouple's another like $3. You get away with a pretty mean system for maybe close to under 100. Trying to think what else I put in there. We use the filter fan from our exhaust filter, so I use that to cool off the motor. I really should have put a temperature gauge on that motor to see how hot it gets. I think 3 roasts was the limit. I only did 2 today. I'm gonna do like 3 back-to-back roasts tonight and see how it goes. But so far I'm looking at exhaust temperature. I'm not seeing anything of value really. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Dang, I only was in there for that long. I was trying to shoot for a 4.4, so I really got to lower the temperature down right before yellow. Or during when it starts turning. And maybe like the 150 degrees C. I'm trying this timing thing. I'm trying this whole 442 deal. I think that's wrong. I pulled it at a minute 30. Not a minute 59. Oh yeah, I probably didn't click it. All right. Well, I think that'll be it for today. So basically, those are all like crazy mods you could do. Fully kitted out. I think I like where the actually. Let me open this up first. I'll see what the ABS case looks like, and then if it looks good, then I'll release all the files, and then start getting these motors out to y'all. Whoever wants to buy one. I think it's gonna be like 25 plus 5 for the plate. I gotta see how much the plate costs. It'll be like 25 for the motor, 25 for the plate. But before we even talk about that, I just want to make sure that the design. Oh, and then I probably like $2 for the, because you need the cooling part. We'll see if the case survives. I gotta see if the case survives first before I even talk about all the other stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's it for today. And I don't think I'll be able to roast like this till later, but here it is. Did a bunch today. Did a lot of doing the plateauing, seeing how that change, how that taste compares to like the descending one, what tastes better, what I like. And yeah, I got some beans to taste. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions. I got DMs to answer later, but thanks for watching.